In today's video, when should you be training to failure?
All by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, we're going to discuss a new research review that came out from MASS, the monthly application in strength sport. Link below if you are not already subscribed to MASS, but of course you are because you care about relevant research and how it can affect our training, performance, fat loss, and overall well-being. Of course, three of my favorite people, Greg Nuckols, Mike Zordos, and Eric Helms, produce this fantastic publication once a month. It's been out for a long time now. And there's lots of information in it that if you're not already familiar with it, well, you can get a subscription and you can read all the back issues. So yeah, use that link, get you a subscription to MASS, make brain gains. Hey, and maybe someday I'll watch your YouTube channel. But hey guys, let's talk about what exactly is it to train to failure and should we be doing it? Now, I'm going to have a little quick discussion on something that's going on real soon, so I'll put the timestamp below for when the discussion starts. I want to explain that I am doing a seminar at the Olympia with Lane Norton. That's right, my first coach, the one that got me started on this amazing path towards all my physique goals and life goals. Well, he and I are doing a seminar in Las Vegas with Holly Baxter and Andres Vargas the day after the Olympia. There's a link below in the description box to go check it out. There's an early bird rate now. If you sign up for the seminar, it's a lot cheaper than if you sign up while you're at the Olympia. We'll save you a bunch of money. So we'd love to see you guys sign up. We'd love to see you there. I'm going to do a full 1 hour presentation on contest prep strategies. And then we'll also do tons of Q&A and chat. And we'll talk about all the things you want to talk about. Not going to be in any rush to get out of there. It's going to be lots of hands-on discussion, talking. But the big thing we're going to talk about now is this review by MASS. And it always seems like my man Greg Nuckols is knocking out the articles that I want to review the most. So props to you, Greg. So this review is interesting because it compared two groups of trained individuals. One group that trained at sub-failure, meaning they stopped a few reps shy of failure. They trained on a training intensity based on what they were doing, but they stopped short of failure, versus another group that took all their sets to failure. And over the course of this 8-week study, well, the group that did not go to failure saw an increase in performance. They based it off things like the vertical jump. And the group that was training to failure, well, they didn't do so well. So what does that tell us? Well, what I really like about Greg in this study is he questions a lot of things in the study design. He's not sure how they actually came up with their percentage-based maximum for their lifts. But does that really matter? Because the group that did not go to failure performed better after 8 weeks. And what I want you to do is read the article and decide for yourself if you think the study design was successful, because I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think training to failure is about. And when I have my athletes and clients train to failure is when we've reached a place where training becomes very advanced. Training to failure, doing drop sets, intensity techniques is something that requires quite a few things. First, you have to master the lift. One thing about going to failure or training very close to failure is that when muscle breaks down, we tend to alter our form to complete the lift. So if you're doing a bench press to failure, in the last few reps, your elbows start flaring and you start getting in here, well, bam, that's how you pop a pec tendon. So it's very important that we are not getting injured going to failure. So it is an advanced technique on that front. Lifting is a skill. There are skills we acquire by getting in the gym, and you don't get better at a skill by doing them at maximal speed, maximal weight, okay? You get the movement pattern down, then you learn how to use maximal weight. So when I think of going to failure or doing drop sets or doing things like that intensity, I think of it as a special occasion, okay? I think of it as Well, maybe today I don't have as much time in the gym, so for me to get my training volume, I am going to do some drop sets, going to go to failure and get this workout done, get this pump done. We don't always have 2.5, 3 hours to train in the gym. That's just real life. So it's nice to talk about what's optimal, what's the best way to build muscle, what's the best way to get stronger. I think evidence shows the best way to get stronger and the best way to build muscle is to take long rest between your sets, train sub-maximally each set, but do a total overall volume and a total overall quality of repetition that is superior to what you used to do. However, I don't always have time. I've been training for 20-something years. I have to mix it up some days. Most people that get to this intermediate to advanced level have been training so long that their training volume and frequency is pretty high to continue to make progress. So we are not able to do things optimally. We're not able to rest 2 to 3 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes between sets. We're not able to, take 75% of our max and do it for sets of 5 and do 8 sets of 5 and spend half an hour doing one lift. But I digress. So I think the feedback for me would be, I would have expected that the group that wasn't always training to failure would have done well. What I would have liked to seen, however, because when I have athletes who train to failure, I also have them do a deload. What we call this is basically overreaching. You push the body past what it's capable of. You push it to the brink so it's only able to just barely keep up. Then when you get a recovery period, you can get slingshots into a new PR. That's how a lot of the powerlifting programming works that I learned from Dr. Mike Zoros. That's right. You do an overreach phase, a taper, and then you slingshot for the meat. That's how we do it. So this study would have been interesting had they had the group that was training to failure the whole time take a deload week and then tested them. I have a feeling some of those numbers would have been a little bit different. All right, guys, that's it for Paul and ProPhysique.com. Hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday. I'll see you this weekend at the Tampa Pro.
By myself.